Maya Angelou said that people may not remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. Today, we're going to talk about the most precious gift that you can give another person when we come back. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Dr. John Michael Salvato here, and welcome to another installment of Inner Alchemy, the science of spiritual living. You know, today we're going to talk about the most precious gift that you can give another person. Whether you're looking to improve your relationships personally or your business relationships, whether you're looking to just become more of the person you were meant to be, this one secret can make all the difference in the world. As I said in the introduction, Maya Angelou said that people will seldom remember what you said to them, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. Well, the most precious gift that you can give another person is the gift of your attention. You see, we live in a world where people are looking, they're searching, seeking for something that seems to elude them, something that seems to slip through their fingers every time they think they've got that. And that is the attention of another. There are so many people out there who have that hunger, that thirst for connection with others. And they're looking for it everywhere under the sun. They're looking for it in business opportunities. They look for it in their social interactions, the groups and communities and religious organizations that they join. I'll share with you a couple stories. Back in the 80s and early 90s, I started a street meals program on the streets in Atlanta. We were bringing bag lunches to about 400 or 500 homeless people on the street in the parks of Atlanta every single day. Well, one particular day, there was a gentleman who was maybe 50 or 60 years old sitting on the edge of a fountain near what is now Olympic Park. And it was a fountain. It was wintertime. The fountain was empty. And this gentleman seemed to have his head down, resting. So I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, "Sir," and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to move. I'm leaving." And I said, no. And he said, I wasn't sleeping. I'm getting ready to move. And as I got this gentleman to actually look at me, and I said, I'm not asking you to leave. I could see in his eyes that he was probably younger than the apparent 50 or 60 that I had taken him for. He was an African-American gentleman. There were little bits of twig in his hair showing that he had obviously slept on the ground. And so I gave him 2 bag lunches. And as I sat down with him, I explained that, we just come out and a couple times a week and make sure that people have had something to eat, and make sure that that they are available or aware of the resources that are out there. So I said, "Have you eaten today?" And he said, "No." And I gave him 2 bag lunches. And as we sat there talking, I had my hands on his shoulder a couple times. And the man's eyes watered up. And I asked what was wrong. And he said that I was the first person who had touched him in 2 years. And I first thought that he meant I was the first person who reached out to him, the first one who emotionally touched him or struck a chord within him. But I was the first person in 2 years to physically make contact with this person. So we never know when those people that come across our paths are seeking nothing more than our attention, than our connection. And so it helps. In my work over the last 40 years, coaching entrepreneurs in the direct sales and online marketing business, there have been so many people that I've come in contact with who, under the guise of wanting to be involved in a business, have seemed more to me like they were just lonely. They were looking for someone to talk to validate them, to listen to them every single day. Now, as an entrepreneur, that wasn't something that I wanted to do. I intentionally did not choose to become a psychologist. I didn't choose to sit and listen to people's problems every day. And I wasn't looking to be the friend to bored housewives. But it struck me, and struck me hard, that the gentleman sitting in that park in Atlanta hadn't had contact with anyone in 2 years. I just cannot imagine going through 2 years without a single person touching me. And so when these bored housewives, as I like to call them, reached out to me for some sort of validation, I felt compelled to give them that little bit of time. And certainly what I started to realize was that by doing that, they begin to believe in themselves. As they begin to believe in themselves, they're not as needy, and they begin to look at their lives and maybe start to realize that some of the excuses that are holding them back from achieving their goals were self-sabotaged. Some of the excuses were just that, excuses. They were attempts to self-sabotage their progress, self-sabotage their potential. So my encouragement to you, as a person who is on the path to peak performance, somebody who's sincerely looking to cultivate primary greatness in your life, is to remember that the greatest gift you'll ever give anyone is the gift of attention. Until next time, this is Dr. John Michael Salvato, encouraging you to stay in the moment. Bring your awareness and attention to the present moment, because that's the point of power. That's where we get to make those decisions that can shape our lives and the lives of others. And always remember, the best is yet to come. We'll talk to you soon.